You're listening to Murder Not Murdering with Erin,
And Autumn,
a true crime podcast about murder and murdering.
but we are not murderers.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Murder Not Murdering. Real quick, I do want to thank everyone so much for your support of our new brand ambassadorship. Is that how you say it?
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds great. Nailed it. So we are now brand ambassadors for Birdie, which is a personal alarm. It's a non-violent alarm. You pull a pin out of a small.
It's like a keychain. So
Yeah, it's like a keychain. You just pull it and it's not bulky. It's really light. And it will sound 130 decibel alarm with a flashing strobing light, which is LED. It's super bright. And we started talking about it last week. You have a 15% off code with us. It's not murder 15, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. We had such an overwhelming response. It was wonderful. Thank you all so much. Really quickly, Autumn, why don't you tell them about some things that are going to happen in a couple weeks?
So I've been getting a lot of messages that people are wondering when certain colors are going to come back in stock, and they should be back in stock in a couple weeks. So everyone can get the fun colors that they offer.
Yes.
And they have the white one right now, which is actually really cute. I think the white one is super cute.
I got two of those. I've given some to friends, just people that I really care about. It's also a great gift too.
Yes.
If you are thinking about giving one to someone, buy one for you and your friend. It's not a bad idea. And it's really helpful for everyone. I work in an industry where we work nights, and a lot of the people that I work with and people that I love and care about, I've given them to because I think it's important. And I think that, you can never be too safe. One of the things that I really love is that Birdie has a hashtag that's trust your gut. And I think that's really important because even if you're just walking across the street or walking to your car and somebody just feels shady to you, pull that fucking alarm. Who is it going to bother? It's not going to bother anybody. Well, it might bother somebody, but I don't give a shit. Just pull that alarm as
attention.
Yeah, you get some attention. And they'll just find an easier target, which is, the main goal there. I think one of the things that always stands out to me is my favorite murder, which is one of the things that Autumn and I bonded over, many years ago. They have a thing that they say, and it's fuck politeness, because I think women in general are trained to always be polite. We're told to be polite. Yep. And in uncomfortable situations, you just be polite and mull over things. And sometimes fuck politeness. Don't fucking do that. Trust your gut and pull that goddamn alarm and get yourself home safe, which is 100% what's important. And that's for everyone. I know that we're talking a lot about a female owned brand that is made for women, but it's made for everyone. And I want to make sure that we really hone that in because it's important to us.
It's very important. We just want to make sure everyone gets home safe.
Yes, in all situations. So anyway, we're going to move on to some murders because
I've had a week.
Autumn has had a hard week. When we first logged on, I was like, Autumn, you need a drink.
I know.
That's how you deal with problems. But
I don't drink.
You need to have a drink. And Autumn drinks on occasion. You can get
very rare.
It is fairly rare, but when it is, it's hilarious.
Yes, and Erin and Timmy actually have a name for me when I do drink.
Drunky drunk. Fun fact, Autumn stole a pair of Tim's sandals for like 12 years, I think.
It's like longer than that, I think.
Yeah.
something like that.
But returned them.
I
You
did.
returned them after like well over a decade, which is incredible.
I did in the same condition because they were just in the trunk of my car.
Tim immediately lost them. That is a true story.
It's true. I kept them safe. I kept them safe for him, and he lost them in a matter of, I don't know, months.
No, like days.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, real quick. Well, he didn't. He gave them up and then never forgot. He just forgot them forever. Anywho, Autumn had trouble walking in her heels at that point. Took them off and switched them out for sandals. We're gonna move on to our stories. I am partaking in a glass of wine tonight, so cheers to all of my people out there right now.
Yes, cheers to all of our amazing listeners.
Yes. If you are having a glass of wine, give me a cheers. If it's the morning, have a mimosa. Don't, whatever you want.
Don't, or whatever you want.
You know, maybe it's an Irish coffee. I don't know your life. Bloody Marys all around. I'm sorry. It's not all about alcohol. Have a water, be a good person, whatever.
Have a coffee.
Or tea.
Or tea.
Okay, now we're
Have
just
a beverage.
We're talking too much about beverages at this point. We're gonna move on. So we both have stories tonight. We decided a couple, maybe like a month ago, I think, that we were gonna do a themed night. And our theme tonight is cats and dogs. And we both had to find cases that had something to do with cats or dogs. And it's not in a mutilation way because that's super fucking gross. And we're doing don't fuck with cats. So
never.
Please stop asking. Like, we love you all, but that's just one we can't do because it's too fucking bad.
It is. It's so, I mean, and we heard it one time. I never want to hear it again.
It's the animal mutilation that we have a trouble with. It's just, it's too much.
Way too much.
I can deal with human murders, just not.
Yes.
Anywho, so I'm going to tell the tale of Leanne Tiernan. And for the people that enjoy my cases, tonight is not old timey. And I'm dipping into the teenager pool, which I never do because I don't like child/teenage murders, but we're going to do one tonight. So sorry, Autumn, I'm stealing your thunder.
Welcome to the dark side.
No, this will be one of very few.
Oh, okay.
And it's modern, which is also weird for me.
That is weird.
I know, it's new timey crimies. Okay, I'm just going to get started because now we're babbling. So Leanne Tiernan was a beautiful 16-year-old teenager from the large city of Leeds, England, a place only about 170 miles north of central London. On November 26th, in the year 2000, Leanne went for a shopping trip in downtown Leeds with her 15-year-old friend, Sarah Whitehouse. The young teenage girls were last seen together around 4:50 p.m. that afternoon. After saying their goodbyes, Sarah and Leanne parted ways and headed home. Sarah arrived home and called her friend, as teenagers do. You know, Autumn and I would part ways in person and then immediately call each other on our personal lines like we did every single time.
Single time.
I'm not kidding. I think we fell asleep on the phone talking to each other.
Oh, we did. We fell asleep on the phone watching Unsolved Mysteries multiple times as well.
Many, many a time. Anywho, when her friend didn't arrive home, Sarah began to worry. She called Leanne's mother around 7 p.m., who thought that maybe Leanne had just seen another friend and kept talking to them or something. So she called her cell phone and she didn't answer. This was really uncommon for Leanne. She kept trying to call her daughter and became very concerned. The phone rang a few times and then hung up. And that sparked her mom into feeling very frightened. Leanne's mom knew something had gone terribly wrong and called the police to report her daughter missing. Because Leanne was 16 and the circumstances were alarming, police immediately opened a missing persons case. So police began searching the area where the girls were last seen. Unfortunately, they found no signs of Leanne. It seemed that she had just disappeared into thin air. During the investigation, the intense search for the 16-year-old Leanne Tiernan, police knocked on more than 1,400 houses and
Wow.
800 more along the route they believe Leanne took on her way home from her shopping trip. Police collected DNA samples from over 140 men in the area and executed 12 search warrants at various locations throughout the city of Leeds, which is kind of incredibly like proactive because I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times in the US, they don't necessarily go that in depth right off the bat. It's usually a few days later, but they were fucking on it, which is amazing. So the search became the largest search in that West Yorkshire has ever seen. More than 1,000 properties were searched, and a 3-mile stretch of a canal was drained, and garbage collections were halted while police were looking for any sign of her. Leanne's family made public appeals, and police released an e-fit. I had to look that up. I didn't know what it meant.
What does that mean?
It's a computer generated sketch. So they did a computer generated sketch of a man who was seen walking a small dog in the area. The man was not a regular dog walker and had been seen several times where Leanne had gone missing before her disappearance, but he was not seen after that day. It was highly suspicious, and he became a person of interest. The police received several tips and reported sightings that led them no closer to her discovery. Then days turned into months without any signs of Leanne. She was featured on milk cartons, and a local business put out a $10,000 reward for any signs of Leanne. On August 20th, 2001, 8 months after her disappearance, a man named Mark Bison was walking his 2 dogs in Linley Woods when he came across the body of a young teenager. She was identified by her fingerprints as Leanne Tiernan.
No.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It is. Police launched a major murder investigation. Leanne had been strangled, and it was now becoming apparent that she had definitely become abducted. Leanne's body provided clues about who had killed her, but hopes for a quick breakthrough were dashed when tests revealed there was none of the murderer's DNA on the body. This was a disappointment, but the police began a different approach, piecing together, making sure no stone was left unturned. Detectives set out to work investigating the items that were found on Leanne's body. Her body was discovered wrapped in a duvet cover and 9 green dustbin liners. Her head was covered by a black plastic bag, which was held in place by a leather dog collar. A scarf and a plastic cable tie had been tied around her neck, and the cable ties were bound around her wrists. The forensic investigators also noted that the body had been stored in cold storage, such as a freezer, for weeks and possibly months. Police worked extremely hard to trace people in Bramley who had bought a dog collar matching the one found on Leanne's body. They contacted more than 100 pet shops and suppliers before they were successful, and they eventually made contact with a company who kept computerized records of all of their customers, including those that supplied mail order. One of the customers that bought a number of these leather dog collars, similar to the one found on Leanne's body, lived in Bramley. His name was John Taylor. Leeds-born John Taylor enjoyed hunting from an early age. He was known to derive pleasure from inflicting pain on small animals. And I am not going into details about this. Like we said, we don't talk about animal torture, but his torture of animals was extremely well known in the neighborhood that he lived.
And that's such a disturbing quality in any human.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's like leading to.
It is a precursor often in behavior. I mean, that we've seen over the many years that the two of us have, learned and researched about serial killers or people who are even one-time offenders, that they test things out to see if they have the will to inflict these things on animals, which is fucking awful.
It's horrible.
They are innocent, not that humans aren't once they're over 18. In my mind. But
it's just a different ball game when it comes to animals. And it's just, we both are such deep animal lovers, and
we are.
Just Erin especially loves rescuing any animal that needs a home.
In our home,
I mean,
we currently have 2 dogs, 1 Great Dane, 1 Mastiff mix, a tarantula, a jumping spider, and a cat that came from a dumpster. So if that doesn't tell you everything right then and there.
Yes. And that's just what she has now. She at one point, you had 4 or 5 dogs at once. Yeah. So, I mean,
I'm a crazy dog lady. Autumn is a psychotic cat lady with her more intense cat loving boyfriend. So
oh my God, don't even. He is crazy.
He is the craziest cat lady I've ever met in my life.
The craziest cat lady.
Okay, back to my story though. So John Taylor was also known to solicit sex from people across the country through advertisements, and he would drive to them to meet them. His neighbors thought of him as trustworthy and described him as an ordinary bloke. He had been married, but at this point, 44-year-old John Taylor was divorced with 2 children. He was also a parcel force employee and lived within a mile of where Leanne was abducted. John Taylor became the prime suspect. The fact that Taylor had worked at a parcel force, which is like USPS, United States Postal Service type job, was very significant because some of the cable ties found on Leanne's body were supplied almost exclusively to Parcel Force's parent company, Royal Mail. Police began searching Taylor's house with a fine-tooth comb. They found cable ties and a dog collar identical to those found on Leanne's body. Scientists found a strand of a pink carpet fiber on the jumper Leanne was wearing when she was found. The pink carpet fibers were then found attached to a nail in Taylor's house. These fibers were indistinguishable from those found on Leanne's jumper. Taylor had destroyed the pink carpet, but luckily those few fibers remained. Forensic investigators also found dog hairs on Leanne's body and needed further information. The dog hair DNA sample was sent to a university in Texas, which had developed a DNA profiling technique for pedigreed pets. The university produced a partial profile for a dog, but unfortunately, police were unable to link this to Taylor, as the dog that he owned at the time of Leanne's murder had subsequently died. This was the first time that dog DNA had been used in a British criminal case.
Oh, wow.
The knitted scarf that was found around Leanne's neck did contain human hair in the knot, and it did not belong to Leanne. Initial conventional DNA tests of the roots failed. So forensic experts took a chance and used mitochondrial DNA testing. Using these results, they managed to create a DNA profile from the minute amounts of DNA inside the hair shaft and was able to make a 100% match to John Taylor. 10 months after Leanne had disappeared, John Taylor was arrested and charged with her abduction and murder. After Taylor was arrested, forensic scientists also found Leanne's blood under Taylor's floorboards. And after excavating his garden, they found the remains of a small dog with a shattered skull. It is possible that John Taylor could have killed his dog when police made an appeal on the news with the e-fit of a man matching his description, saying that he was with a dog seen near the place and time where Leanne had gone missing. The West Yorkshire police were certain that Leanne had not been Taylor's first victim. They began investigating other cold cases committed over the previous 20 years to see if John Taylor may have been involved in them. They focused on 4 in particular, and I'm going to get to that later, but I want to continue on with Leanne's journey. John Taylor's 2002 trial was held at Leeds Crown Court and presided over by the Honorable Justice Astill. Despite the extensive evidence against him, Taylor only admitted to abducting Leanne and did not kill her.
Of course. Sounds legit.
Right?
The criminals are stupid.
Agreed. His version of events was that she had fallen off his bed and banged her head. He believed she was dead. He lifted her using the scarf that was around her neck that must have been there when she died, is what he said. He panicked and buried her in the Lindley Woods where she was found. Now, remember the results from the postpartum examinations when Leanne's body showed that her body had been kept for some time, between 3 to 9 months, in a deep freeze before burying in the woods?
Yes, I remember.
Now, none of that adds up, right?
None. No.
Judge Astill said to John Taylor, "You are a dangerous sexual sadist. Your purpose in kidnapping this young girl was so that you could satisfy your perverted cravings. This was planned and premeditated. It was a cold and calculating act, and the suffering you caused was immeasurable." If that doesn't give you goosebumps.
Way to go. I'm glad that he spoke his mind.
Yes. On the 26th of November in the year 2000, showing no emotion, 46-year-old John Taylor pled guilty to the kidnap and murder of Leanne Tiernan. Taylor stared straight ahead as he was sentenced to 2 counts of life imprisonment, during which the public gallery cheered and applauded. Following the sentencing, Leanne's mother, Sharon, said, "Although John Taylor has been locked up, our agony continues. We feel nothing for him. We are pleased that he has been locked up so he can't do this to someone else, but life should mean life. Unfortunately, he was eligible for parole in 20 years." Now, remember those cold cases I had mentioned earlier?
Yes.
So by October 2002, Taylor was being questioned in connection with several 1980s assaults. The first occurred on October 18th, 1988, when Taylor, armed with a mask and knife, attacked a 32-year-old woman as she walked across some waste ground near Hughley Gill, Leeds, which is very similar to where Leanne had been killed. He forced her to commit a sexual act on him and then raped her. The second was on the 1st of March, 1989, when a masked Taylor, armed with a knife, broke into a 21-year-old woman's Bramley home. And it was lunchtime. Her baby was in the other room. He forced her into the bedroom, undressed her, blindfolded and gagged her, and forced her to perform a sexual act on him, then raped her.
Disgusting.
On the 3rd of April, 2003, Taylor pled guilty to the 2 rapes before Honorable Norman Jones, the recorder of Leeds, who sentenced him to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole for a minimum of 30 years. The sentence was reduced by 8 months and 26 days, which Taylor had already spent in prison. The full extent of John Taylor's depravity was laid bare in October 2018, when he admitted to a series of vile and sadistic sex acts against women and children. Then aged 62, Taylor would spend the rest of his life in prison for 16 offenses against 5 victims between the years 1977 and 1996. John Taylor is still linked to this day to an additional possible 5 other murders, and police continue to investigate them. My sources were Murderpedia, The Examiner Live UK, Forensic Tales, and BBC Crime Watch. And that is the story of Leanne Tiernan.
Oh, that's just so sad.
It's fucking awful. And the fact that this man committed so many other crimes, and luckily those families were able to get some sort of closure.
Mm-hmm.
But he is still alive and in prison right now.
Of course he is. They always are.
It's
really sad.
As a person who is a sexual assault survivor, I was raped in 2002, and it is something that will be with me for the rest of my life. And I think so often you see people like John Taylor, and a lot of times they get upset about how their life is gone now. And I think so often we forget about how this affects victims, and that your life is forever changed no matter what. And that's one of the reasons why I am so passionate about the personal alarm. I know it sounds like I'm like wrapping this up into a sales ad, but honestly, I just want people to feel protected and empowered by the fact that they can protect themselves. And that is incredibly important to me personally, just because I have been there and I understand. And if there was any way that I could help to prevent something like that happening to another person, then I hope that I do. With, the rest of my life, I will try to keep striving for that. So that was my story this week. I'm sorry, I was a super downer. I'll be back with some sort of old timey crimey next week. But mine
was a super downer, is what she just said.
As some murders can be. Some are happy. No, none of them are happy.
I was about to say, wait a second. Let's not ever say that again. No murder is ever happy.
All murders are bad.
All murders are bad.
So I'm glad we honed that in.
I think, is the wine kicking in?
Oh, shut your mouth. So I just wanted to have that little moment where I could just sort of share a piece of my story to let you know kind of where I'm coming from on that. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to hear from our sponsor, and then we'll be right back with Autumn's story. Again, mine was dog related. I wonder where she's going with this. We'll talk to you guys in a few minutes, and then we'll be back soon. So right meow, Autumn is going to tell her story.
Oh my gosh. If I knew you were going to do that.
You know I couldn't help myself.
No, you couldn't, because you're so punny.
Is it because I'm catty?
Ooh, yes.
God, I'm so funny. Anyway, again, we've told you before, we have a lot of highbrow humor.
We find each other funny. I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, we laugh a lot.
You're definitely, there's more connections to our stories than I thought there would be.
Dang.
And I didn't pick this story. Somebody suggested this cat story.
Yes.
And yes, it's a cat story.
Wait, right meow?
Right meow. It's a cat story. And I have to preference this with my week has been trying, and my computer deleted half of my story.
Yes.
Right before recording. So,
and you had some issues with your cords failing, and there's been a lot of things that happened. That's why when we got on air, I was like, did you get a drink tonight? Not that that's how you should deal with your problems, but
no. So this story
nothing wrong with a glass of wine, just saying.
No, not at all. It's just being a diabetic. I don't really drink very often.
Correct.
But
Go ahead.
I did want to say that it's a little shorter than normal, because I had a lot of it deleted and I didn't have a lot of time to replace it. So
honestly, I seriously was like, did your cat walk on your keyboard?
I know it. He probably would have.
I'm not kidding. When we're on the phone, her cat meows so loud.
Mischief.
My
we call
cat,
her the Dark Lord.
My cat is silent all the time. The only thing he meows at is his toy called Patty Pig. Outside of that, he never, ever meows.
Oh my gosh.
Took me forever to hear him meow. And Autumn's cat is just walking around the house like, meow.
Yeah, she's got a lot to say. She's very bossy. Mayhem only makes noises when he has the zoomies, and it's so cute. But Mischief is my bossy bee.
You can say bitch, Autumn.
Yeah, I don't really. She's looking at me though, so.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to die tonight.
Careful.
She.
Not another cat smothering.
No, she's a little cray cray.
Yeah, my cat is straight up a cat hole, and I think anyone that has met him, all of my cat people are like, "Yeah, your cat is a total asshole. He is." Well, we love him anyway. Unfortunately, my daughter named him Love, but we call him a hate cat because he
is not loving.
I mean, he can be loving on occasion.
I mean, it is so rare. I wouldn't describe him as loving. He has the ability to be loving, but he is not loving.
He goes through phases. He's loving for like a month, and then he is like attacking for like a month. He's an interesting character. We still love him anyway because he is ours. But yeah, he can be a little testy.
Yeah. Mischief. Today, I was trying to learn on Instagram how to do a reel, and she was judging me the entire time with her little, I could just see her head peeking up over the table and looking at me like, immediately, no, mom, give up, mom. You're not going to be as good as me.
I have a friend who does like incredible TikToks. If you're on TikTok, her handle, is that what you call it? Her handle is Lima Bean, but it's spelled lime like Lyme disease because she has Lyme disease and her name is Emma. So it's Lima Bean. Anyway, she does incredible TikToks. They're super elaborate and wonderful. And she's done great things for spreading awareness about Lyme disease. That's not the only thing. She's also hilarious and does amazing TikToks. But one time she tried to get me to do one with her, and I am apparently geriatric. I don't fucking know.
That's how I felt when I was trying to learn the reel. I was like,
I felt like the biggest grandma ever. But we did do one, and it's mostly a TikTok blooper. We did try to do one. It was very funny. And yeah, if you are on TikTok, go check out our TikToks. You will see one random one with me that is literally labeled TikTok blooper.
But if you're on TikTok, you should also follow our podcast.
Right?
It's Murder Not Murdering.
And there's a few TikToks on there.
Yeah, there are a few. I did make them.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I just don't know how to make it work.
It's okay. It's okay. I am learning how to do reels. Actually, Teresa is going to teach me how to do those. Yeah. She does the cutest little reels ever. And she made one for our podcast as well. But I mean, Erin and I are geriatric. We need some help.
Not. We're just not willing to learn.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying real hard and my cat was sitting there like, what is happening? Give it up.
I honestly really do want to figure out how to do this. I have to. It's a span is bad. I don't know. I struggle, but hey, if you guys have tips and tricks on how to make TikToks, send those to info@murdering.com to help us out.
Yes, please. Or if you feel so empowered to make a TikTok that has something to do with our podcast, or if you make a reel that has something to do with our podcast, tag us in it. Tag us in it. We will share it. We will thank you.
Yes.
We are here for it.
We support it all.
Yes. But
right. So Autumn, you need to get into your story.
Yes, I need to start my story. Enough chit chat. Down to the
Cat's pajamas.
Yeah, something.
That's not the right thing. Oh, anyway, you guys, we are just killing it tonight. Go ahead, Autumn.
I'm so glad it's season 2. Thank you for sticking around. Okay.
This will be known as Erin Drink Wine episode. Go ahead.
My case is actually international as well, which is rare for me. I've done one other international case.
Oh, that was the Japanese one, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the story of Shirley Ann Duguay. On October 7th, 1994, a car was found abandoned on Highway 169 near Tyne Valley in rural Prince Edward Island in Canada. The vehicle was missing its license plates, and even more disturbingly, there was a blood spatter on the windshield and throughout the vehicle's interior.
Oh my God.
Right? Like, could you imagine being the one to discover that?
No, I don't want that.
Immediately, I'd be like, I'm on the case.
Oh, 100%. I'd be like, Autumn, get your kit.
Yes, this is a murder. I must investigate.
Mm-hmm. It'd just be us in Sherlock Holmes hats with like, magnifying glasses. Guys, we're really good at forensics. It's fine.
Really good. Just let us in.
Okay, go ahead.
Since the license plates were removed, making it harder to identify the owner, this was 1994, and they had to call around and do some digging. It's not as easy as it is now to find the owner of a car. So they were able to use the VIN, and upon investigation, it was discovered that the vehicle belonged to Shirley Ann Duguay, a 32-year-old mother of 5. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, which I will be referring to as RCMP from now on, were told by Shirley's family that she had not been seen since October 3rd, when she left in her car and went to run some errands and never returned. Shirley had been missing for 4 days when her vehicle was discovered. Naturally, the RCMP asked her family why they had not reported her missing. That to me would have been a red flag.
100%.
Shirley's father told them that they were fearful her common law husband and the father of her youngest 3 children would take the children away with the knowledge that she wasn't there. Shirley Ann Duguay was born on October 11th, 1962, and was estranged from her common law husband, 37-year-old Douglas Leo Beamish. The couple had been together for 12 tumultuous years, and at the time of her disappearance, they had been separated for a little over 2 years. Shirley had moved on and was seeing someone new, but Douglas had recently been in prison and had moved back home with his parents. So, I mean, prison. One thing we usually
I get really upset when you bring up my prison stint.
I know. I'm really sorry. I'm here to judge.
I mean, prison. Just kidding. I haven't been to prison yet.
Not yet.
I'm sorry. No laughing matter. Move on.
One thing we usually always know is it's always the husband, right?
Durr.
So RCMP, Erin and her wine are making quite a great appearance tonight.
Yes.
So you think so? I guess I do too. I'm here laughing. So I guess that wasn't a burn.
It's working for you.
Apparently it is. So RCMP knew they needed to speak to Douglas regarding Shirley's disappearance and the discovery of her vehicle. Shirley's family had told the RCMP that the day before she went missing, her and Douglas had an argument, per her neighbors, that they said they heard the couple screaming at each other.
Oh, no.
That's like, hello, Douglas, you're looking pretty guilty.
Seriously.
RCMP went to visit Douglas and question him to see if he could shed some light on where the missing woman might be. He denied knowing where she might be. He did admit that they had a rocky relationship, but claimed that recently it was a lot better. He told them that he hadn't seen her in a week. The last time being when she drove him to work because he was having trouble with his truck, which already is a lie because her neighbors heard them arguing with each other the night before she went missing.
Nice try, Douglas.
Douglas told investigators that the last time he saw her, he felt like something was bothering her and suggested that she probably went to Toronto to visit some of her friends. Because a mother of 5 would just go visit some friends in Toronto, not tell anybody, and say she was running some errands.
I have a kid and it's so easy to just get away. No, it's not. It's not at all. Babysitters are fucking hard to find. Okay.
Well, she left her kids with her family, her sister and her dad.
But what was she doing? Like, you guys, I'm just going to drive down to America and keep on going to Mexico. Bye.
Right? Like,
that's not what happened. We all know that no one is just like takes off and doesn't come back or call their kids like right away to find out.
Or tell their family, like even if she was having problems and needed a break, I feel like she would have called her family and been like, hi, I'm not coming back for a little bit. Will you make sure my kids are going to be okay? I just don't foresee a mother abandoning her 5 children like that.
Not at all. She's going to call and be like, Mom, listen, stop telling them things. I'm the mom here. You need to do the things that I say.
Right?
Like, I'm the mom. They sound like they're hopped up on sugar, just saying.
And the mom's like, they're my grandkids. I do what I want.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
Yes. Meanwhile, her car was impounded as a potential crime scene, and investigators started combing through it for evidence that might lead them to what happened or where she might have gone. On May 6th, 1995, 6 months after her car was discovered, Shirley's battered and partially decomposed body was found by a trout fisherman.
No.
It gets worse.
Oh, of course it does.
She was found in a shallow grave in a wooded area about 10 miles from where her car had been found in October. Her hands were tied behind her back and she had been strangled. She had been. It unfortunately
that's very similar to both of ours because we had also a strangulation and hands bound.
Mm-hmm. And it just gets worse, honestly.
Yeah.
She had been beaten with such force that her jaw was broken in 3 places. Her nose was broken and her tooth had been propelled into her lungs.
Oh my God.
So that's some rage right there.
Obviously, yeah. That's really intense.
Really intense. Near her body, the RCMP found a plastic bag. Inside was a leather jacket covered in Shirley's blood, and it also had some white hairs. Upon closer examination, the white hairs were found to be feline. Yes.
It was the cat that did it.
These hairs were from a cat, and the cat's name was not Mischief. She did not commit this murder.
She's a Dark Lord anyway.
She is the Dark Lord, but she is not a killer.
That you know of.
That I know of. I mean, oh man, that girl.
Your time is up, Autumn.
I know. She is plotting a murder of me, but so she can have Dustin all to herself. But
I mean, really though,
that's her goal.
So they found white hairs on her body.
Yes. No, they found white hairs on the jacket.
So they found white hairs on her jacket.
Yes, that was covered in her blood.
Okay.
The RCMP had recalled during a previous interview with Douglas Beamish that he had a white cat. Detectives confiscated the cat, whose name was Snowball. And Snowball is very adorable. I have seen pictures. Snowball is a white, fluffy, adorable little angel baby. And they drew blood so they could possibly compare the white feline hairs found on the bloody jacket using the DNA found in the cat hairs. Only one small problem. No one in the world had done this before. After contacting the Laboratory of Genomic Diversity, a laboratory specializing in the study of genetic diseases rather than in forensics, detectives and scientists were able to develop a method in which to test the feline DNA. The test included a fail-safe method of randomly testing 20 other cats from the isolated Prince Edward Island.
Wow.
In order to establish the degree of genetic diversity among cats in the area, to rule out the possibility that the hairs found in the jacket came from a close relative of Snowball, or if all the cats on the island had a common ancestor, rendering the DNA test useless.
That makes sense.
It's genius.
Yes.
The test revealed that the hairs did in fact come from Snowball without a shadow of a doubt.
Wow.
Douglas,
so both of us ended up having 100% DNA matches.
Mm-hmm. Douglas Leo Beamish was convicted of the murder of his common law wife, Shirley Ann Duguay.
Because it's always the fucking husband.
It's always the husband, you guys. I won't leave you astray.
Most of the time.
Hey. Yeah. The Duguay case marked the world's first use of non-human DNA in a criminal trial. While the forensic science of testing cat and dog hairs had been firmly established and studied, it was unknown science up until that point.
Which is incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
First time in the world.
In the world. It's incredible. Convicted, me too. Convicted of second-degree murder, Beamish was sentenced to 18 years to life in prison on July 19th, 1996, serving the life sentence in an Ontario prison. He appealed his conviction in 1998 and in 1999, being rejected both times. His request for parole in 2013 was also denied.
Good.
Bye-bye, Douglas.
Bye-bye. Meow, bye.
Yeah, meow. Meow, see you later, Douglas.
Yeah.
But not. My sources were the Dark Poutine podcast, Wikipedia, and Murderpedia.
Autumn, you especially love Dark Poutine.
I do. I love that podcast. I just think they're so awesome. And it's such a cute name for a Canadian podcast.
100%.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a lot of, to be completely frank, there wasn't a lot on this story anywhere. Yeah. So I was really happy when I saw that Dark Poutine covered it, because they do such a great job of details that I was super excited. I'm like, I don't know where they found these. They're Canadian. Maybe they have a secret little area they went to. I'm not sure, but I'm thankful for them.
I'm also thankful for poutine. So I'm just going to put that out there.
You would say that.
Yeah. We also love our Canadian listeners.
Yes.
Although, you know what I've noticed lately? We have a lot of Australian listeners. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah, we do actually. Now that you say that, we have
8% of our listeners are from Australia. So, hey.
It's always so fun to find out like the areas that people listen from.
That we do have a lot of international listeners, which is very cool. I mean, we of course appreciate our US listeners because that's awesome. But and a lot of times, I swear to God, I can like pinpoint and be like, "Oh, that's my grandma," or "That's a cousin," or something.
Right? We don't. It doesn't tell us who's listening. So
of course, it
doesn't. Don't be worried. We don't know who you are.
No, but I can guess by the region.
Yes.
But it's awesome that we have so many international listeners, and we do have quite a few Canadian listeners. So if you don't know Dark Poutine, or for anybody, do check it out now that we're doing some shout outs. A few shout outs.
Yeah, we actually have done a few shout outs.
We had a lot of commonalities in that, but fucking kudos to you for getting the world's first
first feline DNA conviction of a murder.
Yes.
Go Snowball, go little Snowball.
Yeah, Snowball, way to solve that murder. I mean, that was the whole thing, is both of us wanted to have something that was animal related, because I was a dog trainer for many years and I have 2 dogs. Shout out to Agador and Ethel.
Oh my God.
Yep, my peeps, my dog peeps.
Oh, Aggie and Effie, I hope you're listening.
They're not. They're snuggling up in a ball together, and they could care less what I'm saying unless I'm saying it in a happy tone, and then they have happy tails. Anywho, Autumn's loving Erin drinking wine and doing crime. I'm not doing crimes. I'm just wanting.
I was about to say, I'm not doing. I don't condone Erin doing crimes.
Doing wine, no, drinking wine and talking about crimes. There it is.
I just got this sticker for my water bottle that says "True Crime" and "In Bed by 9," and I'm like, how could it be any more perfect?
I mean, all it just needed to say is like intertwined with my cat time.
Yeah. Yes. Oh man.
And I can rhyme.
Right. I was about to say, you could write these. We should start spitting them out and selling them for merch.
There's gonna be merch, y'all. Oh God. It's
wine. Yeah, I was about to say wine Erin's promising things that sober Erin might not be able to back up.
I don't know. Here's a question for our listeners, both international and US.
Way to bring that back.
Would you be interested in merch if we did venture into that? If you are, will you please send us a message? Maybe we'll put out a little question thing on Instagram. We're Murder Not Murdering, as well as you can send us a message on email at info@murdernotmurdering.com. Even if it's like, you guys fucking suck, we love feedback. So tell us. Please don't say that. I mean, if you do feel that way, then tell us why. Be constructive.
Yes. We also love reviews. Like, we would love it if anyone that listens could review the podcast.
We've been reposting reviews because we are so appreciative. And and thank you again for buying Birdie, cheesebirdie.com. And you can go right to their website. Again, like we said, they'll have more colors available in a few weeks.
Yes. So I actually just got an email while we were talking that the lavender one is back in a limited stock. So the lavender is back for a limited stock. And then I don't know when the other colors are coming back full stock, but I literally just got an email about the lavender one.
So,
and I have the lavender one. I love it's so cute.
I have both a white and a black one. I just gave away one of the white ones. I ordered a few just to give to friends. So do go out there, do order them. Or if there's any way, or maybe there's another product that you think is great, just reach out to us, because we do appreciate more of the non-violent, I don't have to get close to an attacker type products. So anywho, thank you again for listening to us. We will see you next week with some other things. Perhaps I will not have 2 glasses of wine.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know there was 2.
Okay, there was 3. Anyway, Autumn won't have any, and perhaps I will just have 1 next week. Love y'all. See you next week. I said y'all, and it's embarrassing. Bye.